Hey YouTube, today we're going to be taking a look at a new acquisition, fresh in from Cozart. This is John Reed out of Mississippi. He's been making instruments for over 30 years and we've been in touch with him, and so he sent me this guitar to demo, so very interested to unbox it and take a look at it with y'all. This is going to be a 12 string of some configuration. I'm not entirely sure, I just kind of wanted to let him send me what he wanted me to see, and we'll take a look at it together. And you can get first hands on this Cozart 12 string, so stay tuned. Alright, and here we have it. What a cool instrument. This is my first 12 string. I've never owned a 12 string, and it's just something I'd kind of been interested in, but I just had never actually stepped out and gotten one. And I mean, just first impressions looking at this is so super cool. I'm really excited about this. You've got the Stratocaster set up there with the 3 single coils, traditional Stratocaster setup, and this is a thin line, which is another thing that I've wanted. I've not had a Strat style thin line before, so this is a double whammy for me. And this is finished in black, and it's got that tuxedo look. Very, very classy. It's got the nice dark fretboard there. Adds to that tuxedo look. I mean, this is super cool. I was just not sure what I was going to get, because he's got a lot of cool offerings. I've seen his brand before, and in fact I actually had bought, it wasn't branded as a Cozart, it was branded as a King. A while back I got one of his instruments. It was a little sister style, so it has a classical head and a small like parlor style body, but it's an electric guitar. Very cool guitar, and I enjoyed it. It was a thin line and had, the semi-hollow body, and so I modded it, upgraded it a little bit. It came even in a branded case, and sold it for a little bit of profit. I was just learning the modding trade at that point, so I wasn't really looking to make a lot of money on it, but it was a great transaction. I thought it was a good guitar, and I'm sure the guy that's got my modded version out there is enjoying it still. Very cool little guitar. So I actually have had one of his products before, but this is the first Cozart brand one that I've got. Oh no, the pug is stuck. The pug is stuck. Oh no. Oh no, he'll be alright. He'll be alright. See if I can get it. Push. Oh no. But, I mean, I've had it a couple days just in the box to kind of let it acclimate, and of course then the weather changed considerably, but I'm going to get it tuned up and get myself more familiarized with it. But initial hands-on impression looking at this is very, very interesting. I mean, it looks great. I'm super impressed. It's of course very lightweight because it's a thin line, and it's got a string through body. It's got some really great features, and so I'm really interested to see how it tunes up and plays. And of course it's got a hardtail, which is what you're going to want with the 12 string for sure. Hardtail, and again with the string through. Super cool. Super, super cool. So I am very interested to see how this plays. I'm going to let it acclimate a little more and do my thing to it, where I'm going to get all through it and make sure there's no dead zones and all that stuff. All the boring stuff that I don't need to do on camera, I'm going to do before we come back. But initial impressions, this is unbelievable how cool this is, especially considering the price point. And I'll put up a link for the eBay on this, but I'm not 100% sure. I got to look at the listing again to see what it's selling at right now, but it's right at about $200, so you're looking at like a low-end Squire level. But craftsmanship, whew, that's got bound body. It's just that tuxedo look is just awesome on this. It's got the triple ply on, so you got that extra little pinstripe right there. Super classy. So stay tuned as I get this acclimated, settled in, do all my stuff to it, and then we get some demo and tone clips. Just a very quick word about the sponsorship of this video. This is sponsored in the respect that they sent me for free this guitar to review. And he did not tell me what to say. He wants my honest opinion and feedback and review of this guitar. And you can find in the link below the eBay link to go and buy this guitar if you're interested in it. It's a super cool guitar, but just wanted, I'm always try to be as transparent as possible. And so I'm not sponsored as a channel or anything. I'm not making any money on this, but I did get this gear for free, and I'm very thankful, very happy with it. Thank you so much, John at Cozart, for setting this deal up. Alright, so I've spent a few days with this Cozart, very unusual Thinline Telecaster 12 string. Very cool guitar. My initial impressions hold that it is a really cool, I love the vibe. I know they've got some like cool sparkle finishes and stuff too, so it's got a really cool vibe to it, and I'm very impressed overall with the quality of the craftsmanship and everything. So far, very impressed. Now, the main point for improvement that I've found on this guitar has to do with the tuners. And they are okay, they are doing their job, but I found them inconsistent in the way that they're turning, and they're holding, so they're adequate, but if I were to ever want to play this in public, first thing I would do is replace those tuners, and I probably will replace them going down, because this is, I mean, it's a super cool guitar. 12 string, and I've been 12 string curious for a while, but just never actually pulled the trigger. It's basically like a guitar and a mandolin had a baby. And so it plays a lot like a mandolin, as you would expect with the double strings. Now, in terms of who is this good for guitarists, obviously not anybody like a beginner and so forth. Now, I'm a 12-string noob. This is my first 12-string, but it is a perfect example of I'm the exact right person for this guitar in terms of I can see if I'm interested in playing a 12-string guitar or not in the long run without having to shell out a huge amount of money. And it is a quality crafted instrument that I can either continue to play, I can mod, I can sell, I can do all these things with it. You know, it's a great instrument for somebody that is, like myself, interested in trying a 12-string, but just not sure if it's going to be something that you carry forward or not. The other thing that this instrument that I'm finding, having played this for a good number of hours now, the thing that I'm finding is that even if you're not interested in playing a 12-string, this is almost like running with a weighted jacket or something, where you can play your regular style, whatever it is that you are into, you play it. But with the 12 string, it's harder. It's a wider neck. You're pressing more. And so it's like a trainer where it's developing your muscles and movement and stuff. Because then I noticed after playing this for a few hours, and then I played a regular, just 6-string guitar, it felt way easier. Just, you know, the way that my mind had already begun to attune to the difficulty of playing the 12 string, and it made it a lot easier to play the 6. So this is kind of like a weighted bat or weighted vest or something. And it gives that weird, otherworldly, again, similar to a mandolin with the double strings. And especially you've got that weird octave on the lower strings, where you're getting, I mean, it's weird. And it takes a while. It takes a lot of effort to get the 12 string in tune, and it sounds extra bad if it gets out of tune, which is why if I go forward with this in terms of wanting to play it live, I'd absolutely replace the tuners with some, you know, it's going to be some money because you're going to get 2 sets, but the tuners, again, they're working enough for the demo. I've been able to play with them. I'm not, you know, tearing my hair out, but I definitely, if I were wanting to do this live, especially with the complexity of getting all the 12 strings all in tune together, I would definitely get some better tuners on it. Luckily, that's a super easy thing to do too. Super easy. You just need 2 packs. Right now I'm on the middle pickup. I'll say that, listen how quiet it is. Very nice. You know, the electronics, especially for being a budget level instrument, are very impressive. I like the sounds that I've been getting out of the pickups. The selector itself feels very sturdy. There's no give or anything, no wiggle. I haven't been getting any, crackling or anything out of the any of the knobs. They roll very evenly. The electronics, I give a big thumbs up. I haven't done a full intonation on it. I checked that it was close enough for government work, as my friend Matt used to say, and so I'm going to leave it like it is right now. It's both the string through and the top to accommodate the 12. So you got 6 on top and 6 strung through the back, and super cool. I mean, if you're thinking about getting one of these, if it's in your budget and you're thinking about getting it, my overall recommendation is go for it, because it's just a really neat thing to add to your library, especially if you've got lots of guitars and you're looking to branch out a little bit and try something, different. Here, we'll start down here at the bridge, so do some tone comparisons. Now 2. Position 3. And yeah, it takes so much more strength, especially doing these bends with the double strings. This is like strength training for your hands. So even if you're not interested in getting one of these to play live or anything, this is a great trainer. Position 4. And up to 5. And I've got all my knobs just set at 8. That's kind of just my starting configuration. And of course, crank the tone down some, and mostly what I associate 12 string with is going to be rhythm work. You can tell I'm still not great at playing it. Particularly trying to hit all those strings and chord shape. I mean, it's a challenge. And that's what I think this guitar really gives you, is a budget entry into the 12-string world where you can get a nice, classic looking, and it plays great. It really does. I think I'm going to keep, working at it, because doing those reaches and bends and stuff like this where you're having to navigate 2 strings instead of 1, that's really good for hand strength developing. So this thing, it looks great. It's a conversation piece with its setup. I've never had a guitar with this setup or the thin line, Strat and everything. It's super cool. So if you're considering getting one of these, I give it a big thumbs up. If you're serious about it, like you want to get one to play, I would say right out of the box, just go ahead and get this thing some new tuners on it, because these are adequate. But for 12 string and how necessary it is to keep your instrument in tune and still, because it starts sounding really bad really quickly once you start, especially you're pulling bends and stuff, and you start pulling out of tune. So I would put some better tuners on it, but otherwise I give this thing a big thumbs up. I think it's an awesome addition to my collection, and I'm very thankful to have it.